Anonymous.
All right, we are live for another week of the AMLoB Podcast. We got Crips, we got Bitches, and Emmon said he will be joining a little late, so probably sometime here in the next few minutes. So, welcome back. We appreciate the support for the people that even if you don't watch it off the first rip, you watch the recording of it the next day. So we appreciate it. Try to give y'all this dope content. So let's get into it, y'all. Power rankings in the season.
Ooh.
It's not much that changed.
Should we start with the most disappointing ranking? The unanimous number one ranking. The Cleveland Browns unanimous number one, and then
I'm changing mine to 32 BRB.
I almost couldn't do it. I almost had to put Snippy ahead of him just because Snippy hadn't lost yet. But
bro,
technically it's end of year, so
yeah, I was going to say technically technically like he hasn't
blown it again.
Yeah. So
yet because it's 10 of the year.
Yeah. And I mean, to be honest, because his only loss is actually to Poop. So
yeah. So who knows? Maybe that means it's Snippy's year. I really hope not.
Maybe, but I mean, Snippy honestly hasn't done well in the playoffs so far.
That's true. Him and Pook both. They dominate the regular season and then
the Peyton Mannings of AMLoB.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of up there too, though, because I don't have a really great playoff track record either. I usually don't lose my first game, but I usually don't win my second.
Trying to think, you'd be like the 2009-2010 like New York Jets. when the 1 or 2 games.
I'm the Mark Sanchez of
Let's see.
I run the large asses and cough up a football.
All right, so we got Mark Sanchez, we got Pook and Snippy both being Peyton Manning. Let's see who else. The Manning.
I mean, to be honest, y'all know who has the best like playoff record though? Austin.
That's true.
Austin actually has the highest. He has the highest win percentage in the playoffs in the league.
Oh yeah.
Did he miss a year?
Huh?
Did he miss a year or did he?
I can't remember. I don't think he has. I think he's either been a wild card or he's won the division.
I think there might have been 1 year in this Madden. I think like 2 years ago. I'm not sure if he made it or not, but. He's very. I like the best thing you can compare him to is like every Tom Coughlin Giants playoff team.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like the Giants playoff run where he'll struggle and then like halfway through the season he'll figure it out, get on this like crazy run, and then just ride that through the playoffs. Like it's really crazy.
Yeah, he had to have been a wild card when he won the Super Bowl because
he was
both of his Super Bowl wins. He was a
wild card.
Wait, he won it twice this year?
No, he won it
once in 17. But he both times he was a 6 seed when he came in.
He won.
I like hearing that as a 6 seed right now.
He won it in 17. He was a 6 seed. I won the division that year as the Lions, and I went like 14-2 or 15. That was my 15-1 year, I think. Actually, I went 15-1 that year, and I had swept him twice and beat him by about 15 points both times. And then he comes in second round of the playoffs, my first game, and beats me by 7 or 8 points. I don't think I played Madden for like a week. I was in denial.
Yeah, like we hit. I don't know. Austin, he's scary right now. He's scary, but I don't know. The playoffs are interesting. We gonna see exactly how that goes. But yeah, I think we're all in agreement. At least at this point, even though it's not going to reflect in the rankings, that Pook kind of dropped the ball on his.
He dropped the ball in my hands. Looking at that 3 pick. I feel
like that's a thing with him though. Like he almost, it's like he. I mean, as much as he jokes about the end of season XP being his Super Bowl, I feel like he honestly tries to lose in the playoffs because of how consistently he does it. Like,
I'm not gonna say anything about it because I did just play him, and I'm not like, I'm definitely, especially like to a division guy, like I'm not gonna try and rub salt in the wounds.
Yeah,
even though it is Pook.
Yeah, but yeah, you don't want to add fuel to that fire.
As I say, even if it was Pook. But all I'm gonna say, it was a good game. Like it wasn't like the game me and Corey had where it was kind of like tilted EA wise. It felt pretty thin. It was just at the end, like I get, one. He could say lucky, I could say game plan break, and that kind of just was nailed in the coffin. So,
looks like we actually have a little bit of interesting conversation when it comes to 2 through 4. I think all three of it.
I was going to say, rankings. We have different rankings there. I see Crips has me at 4. Vicious has me at 2. Thank you, Vicious. And Corey and myself, I picked myself at 3. But I mean, that's because honestly, I feel like the top 8, it was more about what are you doing to like lose your ranking as opposed to like gaining it, because nothing really changed. If you think about it, the whole season has basically been the same thing, where it's like Poop, Snippy, me, or Crips.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think it was more. I think once you get to that 3 spot, it kind of that 3 to 4 kind of 3, 4, 5 kind of changes. Well, the 3 and 4 kind of changed, but it's I don't know.
5 was definitely consistent, but those top 4, because we all had us top 4 up there it was just a drop off of us, and then Corey was kind of sitting there by himself at 13 and 3.
Yeah,
and then everybody else was kind of a tier down, in my opinion, and I think that kind of reflected in the rankings.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
A lot of the guys that were going strong there kind of collapsed towards the end of the season, because you remember Saints was like 7-1.
Saints, Redskins.
And Saints was like 7-1, and he dropped like 3 in a row at one point.
Even Splooge. I had an urge to call him Owen, but
yeah,
I don't know if he knows him as that.
Right at the end of the year or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was 4. I kind of know how to read I'm looking at the Daily League's streak, and it says 252. I'm pretty sure that's 4, like a 4-game losing streak.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it up on the box right now.
Redskins, he dropped 5 straight at the end and ended up missing. It was like that.
Yeah, 9 and 2 to miss in the playoffs was tough, because literally all he had to do was win one game.
Yeah,
because he won the division. If he literally won one game, then he would have.
One division record in 9-7. Like I'm not trying to take shots at him right now, but it's like, dude, how do you let that? Like, how does that happen?
That's like one of those historic level meltdowns.
Like we're looking at.
I called it.
Yeah, because honestly, I thought, because I was like, man, I got to keep winning in order to keep this 2 seed, at least this 2 seed, because he was at 9 and 2. So I was sitting there like, man, I was sitting there with 1 loss, even though it was only the Snippy. I was sitting there with 1 loss, and I was just like, I gotta keep this going, because if I don't, I'm probably gonna end up playing in a wild card game. Yeah. So I was like, so yeah, that was a crazy meltdown. And then I ended up playing on the last game of the season.
He started 9 and 2, finished 9 and 7.
I don't know.
Bobby started 11 and 1 and finished 11 and 5.
Well, like 3 of those losses. Well, I know at least the loss to me was because he wasn't here. I know for 2 of those he wasn't here.
Yeah.
No,
that's an interesting one though, because that shook up the entire dynamic of our 4-horse race for the or the 3-horse race for the
AFC.
number 2 seed.
Like that 2 seed. Like it
was me, Corey, and Bobby, and I had lost to Bobby, but I had beaten Corey, and so I honestly wasn't sure if I was even going. I mean, going into the last 3 weeks when. I mean, he really didn't have other than LJ. He had his game versus LJ, but then that was it. And I honestly, I wasn't super confident that I'd actually get that 2 seed. But I mean, it all kind of ended up working out. Granted, I didn't expect to beat Roger 44-0, but
just had to throw that one in there.
Maybe a little bit. Now, okay. Can I just side 10-second rant about the sim engine? In my forced win against Emmons in week 17, I won 48-3.
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson did not have a touchdown pass or a pick. My backup running back had 4 rushing touchdowns. My third string running back had a rushing touchdown. My fullback had a rushing touchdown.
Hey, now wait a second. You saw that? Well, I know I saw the Bills Saints game where Drew Brees had a rushing touchdown as his only touchdown of the game, and no touchdown, no pick.
I just think it's funny that Leonard had 1 touchdown, but my backup running back Darren Woods had 4 rushing touchdowns.
That actually happened in Oasis too. I had Freeman only. I was looking at the stats, and Freeman had 2 touchdowns on the season. Backup had 7. I'm like, where the fuck did these come from? Go look, 2 sim games, both of them he had 3 touchdowns. I'm like, how the fuck did this happen?
The sim engine's kind of screwed up a little bit, but
yeah, like that time.
We'll segue that into what we want to improve in Madden, but later on.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll get to that later. But honestly, there were a couple late season games that were really big as far as figuring out the seeding and stuff. Because I know in the AFC when Corey lost to Poop, that actually opened the door for you to get that 2 seed, Chris, because it gave him that extra loss. And then because you own the head-to-head tiebreaker,
I really didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say at that point you didn't have to worry about it anymore. And then Emmons almost made the playoff. If it took Bitches finally getting his head together and winning some football games in order to keep his playoff spot. You almost lost it to Emmons, and Ravens almost had a chance. Ravens had a chance too.
Okay, Ravens almost had a chance. But schedule wise, Ravens had a deadly schedule. I think he had Pook, Snippy, and I think Corey last 3 games. So I to be honest, I wasn't. Not based on skill wise, but beating those 3 in a row would be if you did that, you earned it.
Yeah.
But
that's a gauntlet right there.
Yeah.
Even what's it? Even Emmons he came out of nowhere, started challenging me for my spot at the end, and then even the Chargers if it wasn't Emmons, if I'd lost week 17 or 16,
say Emmons?
Whatever, fuck it, Emmons. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Fucking Wumbo. Fucking Wumbo. I'm just gonna refer him to him as that now, since I'm being bullied on my enunciation.
Yeah, that's what we do it here. That's what we do it here on the
this
the
hazing
podcast.
I miss a week and I'm being hazed.
I was gonna say me and Chris, we been here. You know what I'm saying?
We held it down.
But Chargers won 3 straight to the end 10 of the season. It was
and actually he won more games when he decided to AP himself the rest of the season than he did before that. That was the crazy thing.
And that's linked to the Redskins that loss, didn't he lose to the Redskins? Like
he did lose to the Redskins CP. Well, the Redskins lost to his CP.
Oh yeah. Like so many like storylines.
Yeah, it was I don't know. It was quite a few, because I know even I went through a tough stretch there where I had to play 6 straight division games, which is unrealistic. Again, that it's like, what is the likelihood of in the schedule you have to play 6 straight division games?
David, for the Madden 19 wish list.
They don't make it that way.
I had to play Falcons in week 9. Hold on, let me look at this schedule, because I know I had to play Falcons in week 9. I think I played Dolphins in week 10, and then week 11 I played Bucks. Week 12 I played Saints. Hold on.
13 Falcons.
Yeah.
14 Saints. Bucks.
Yeah, it's like, what is the likelihood of that happening? And then it's like each game, it just didn't feel, the DDA stuff where it just didn't feel as fluid. Mm-hmm. So like I figured I was bound to lose one of those. I just hate that it had to come like it did, but I figured I was gonna lose one of those anyway.
Yeah.
But
no, I still my toughest stretch just was still that week 4 through 8 stretch where I had Pook, and then I had Lights, and then I had Bobby, and then I had Corey, and then I had Dicey. Back to back.
Yeah, my toughest stretch was at the beginning of the season. Outside of that 6 games in my division, I had early in the season I had to play Chris when he was Eagles. I had to play Roger, then Snippy, and then I had that new Jets user, and then it was then after that it kind of got a lot easier. But then I had to go 6 division games in 7 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, at most you're gonna have 3 division games in a row, and that's if you're playing one team twice in 3 weeks and just happen to have a division game in between it. But other than that, I mean, the NFL schedule makers aren't going to put 5 division games in a row. It would just never happen.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Or like you having 3 straight road games to start the year.
Yeah,
that's not going to happen either. It's just.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's one of again. That's another thing we can add to the wish list of things that they could fix for next year.
Definitely. But back to the rankings. Let's see where we at now.
Rest of the top 10. We got looks like Lights was pretty unanimously number 6, except for
in mine.
LJ
I had him at 7.
LJ put him at 7 and flipped him with Bobby and put Bobby 6.
I'm okay with like that flip. Like
I was between it, but I ended up going Lights just because he was on a tear at the end of the year.
Yeah, he got hot, and then he kind of hit a stride too.
Yeah.
Who else is in there? Dicey.
Dicey was pretty unanimously 8, except for Bishop's putting him at 9, and having
sorry, Dicey.
And having Austin at
Yeah, but that's good. Honestly, I'm okay with that flip too, though, because Austin, like I said, Austin started coming on really strong at the end of the year. I think he was like 4-5 at one point.
He was 6-6 and then 1 out.
Yeah,
so
that's impressive.
Then me, and then Eagles, Saints, and then that like kind of rounds out the playoff teams. Let's see. With me, it was 10, 10, 11, 9 for Corey, LJ, me, and then Crips, and then fucking Wumbo abstaining his vote 1 to 26. But we'll get to that one. We'll light into him, like we'll get to him like when he gets here.
Yeah.
Now we got Eagles 11, 12, 10, 12.
Well, Eagles, because
he was kind of hard to read because he did come in late, but like he was in the same boat as Vikings, like who won 4 straight 10 in the season.
Yeah.
He came in late, and he played up and down, but overall, I mean, I feel like he played pretty well. So,
yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the first couple losses, because he started with that loss to Roger, and then he started with the loss to Roger, then he beat the Cowboys user, and then he lost to Giants, which I don't think Giants is a bad dude personally. No, I don't think he is, but I think a lot of that was just kind of like adjusting to the sliders. Because the sliders we play on are a lot different than most leagues that have them. So I think that's probably part of the adjustment that he had to make. But I think it's I think he's solid. So I mean, honestly, anywhere from that like 10 to 12 range, I think I'm good with.
Yeah. And Roger, I feel like Roger's season is interesting. I ended up putting him 11. I had him the highest out of everyone, and then y'all two both had him at 13, with Corey having him at 15. I could never get a read on him this year, because it kind of goes back to what we were all talking about him. I don't know if it was just when it was you and me, or if it was the week before that when we were. I feel like he just let one too many people walk this year.
Yeah.
He tried to do a little too much with his whole strategy.
Yeah, it just came back to bite him.
Yeah, but he's got Kirkland and Saturday, so I mean, already won.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those times. It's tough to be, because like I said that in our group chat earlier this year, whenever it was like Bishop was struggling, Austin was struggling, and Roger was struggling. I was just like, it's tough to be like to have like a great record every year. It's really tough, because I mean, even with me, I think year 1 I went 9-7. Year 2 I went 11-5. Year 3 I went 10-6. So like it's tough to really like
year in, year out.
I was gonna say be up there like every year. It's really tough, especially with how often you have to play these guys in these other divisions. It gets really crazy.
I just realized this man has his QB sitting at 90, 91 short, 91 mid, and then 72 deep.
Who?
Roger.
Oh,
Donovan.
He doesn't stretch the field.
Well, I mean, when you think about it too, the way that they program the deep accuracy is only for 40+ air yards.
But I was gonna say, but that's 40+ air yards from where the ball is being released at, not past the line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
So I mean,
that's really like 35 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say. So yeah, it's not.
Which is still like.
Well, if you think about it, because
practice, like you're still like you start at the 35 if you guys like do the like free practice.
Yeah,
like, you start at 35, and like a lot of times the routes don't even like get close. Like at best, they really like graze the goal line.
Yeah, I mean, most guys in this league don't really go over the top too often. Yeah. I think that's more of a novice thing, is when guys are constantly, just lobbing up 60-70 yard passes. So I mean, I think that I don't think that's a big thing as far as our league is concerned. But so I mean, the deep accuracy thing, I don't think it, as long as it fits your play style. Like I know for me, I don't really need somebody with a lot of deep accuracy, because I don't throw a lot of passes that are over about 20 to 30 yards.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So I mean, it just kind of depends on if it works for you. It works for you.
So let's see. Then we got the Redskins, who RIP, press F to pay respects, because that
collapse.
Play the Titanic music. Oh my god! I'm not trying to necessarily take shots, but I just gotta like. We're going over the rankings. We gotta like justify like the rankings and why someone's here. I say blame the CPU because if we gave him that fourth win, but then again, if we gave Roger the fourth win, there's a lot of forced wins, fair sims, CPU games.
Well, I think what happened was we got the call wrong on the other one, and
I know which one. I know we did, but like, but okay, the Redskins game, like, I don't know if we tell them like that we sim like true CPUs or because he came in the group and he was like, well, like, what am I supposed to do with Chargers? He was like, well, he's on AP, so you gotta play the autopilot. Crips out here in the background.
But we was like, yeah, you got to play the CPU. So he played the CPU and he lost it. But I don't know. I first of all, I don't.
But it's like not really in our control because we, like, I mean, you could just wait like till like advance anyways, and like, even if it wasn't like set in stone that you had to play the CPU, probably could have twisted our arm a little bit at that point, like considering you were in the division lead playing a true CPU, like we would have given it to you probably. But then we've got Emin or fucking Wumbo. Wumbo, he kind of disappeared midway through for most of the season actually. Even draft time, he missed our like little warm up podcast.
He missed the draft altogether. I mean, no, he was here for the draft podcast. He just wasn't drafting. Speaking of which, where the fuck is he right now?
Somebody tag him in this group. See where he is. Where is Emmons? Where are you, Emmons?
Can we have a 2-second hiatus? So Roger has one running back on his roster, and it was his guy that he used to have named Darren Sproles, whose name is now Dar Spro.
I think he heard the fact that we didn't necessarily like the whole Legends thing, so I think that probably played a part.
It certainly didn't change the
receivers. He has 5 running back receivers on his entire roster and only 1 tight end.
Well, that's also because once the season's over, he just lets people go.
Oh, that's right, he does.
Yeah. I picked up it was an O lineman. I don't know if it was on his team, but I picked him up. I picked up Kirksey too because Jordan Evans keeps dying. He tore his shoulder again. I don't know if that was like he tore his abdomen like week 15 and he's back. He makes 1 solo tackle and tears his shoulder. So I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, I lost Sutton today to a shoulder tear.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I'm so nervous right now because after last year where everybody on my team died, I currently have nobody on my injury report.
Oh, just wait till you play your game. You'll join us. One of us.
There he is.
Oh. Wumbo.
He heard that call out.
Yeah. What call out?
we were getting to you on the power ranking. I'm like, wait a second, where the fuck is Wumbo?
Middle of the pack.
There you are. But okay, so we actually just went over how you went MIA and came back and tried scaring me and challenged for a playoff spot.
Someone had to put a scare in you, man.
I mean, no, you didn't, but I understand the sentiment. Chargers actually won 3 straight to end the season too. So actually, if he won 1 more game, he had the head-to-head on me.
Where's Corey?
I don't know. I don't think he's making it tonight. But
bring the young ones on here. We need some more guests. We don't have Pooker Dicey.
I was going to say. I mean, nobody. Well, apparently nobody knows where Dicey is because Pook is supposed to play him and he hasn't heard from him yet. So.
Probably recovering from his weekend bender.
I'm supposed to play him too.
I had a weekend bender and I'm here.
Yeah, but you're used to it. You have weekend benders like twice a week.
I'm scared to say you're used to it.
Every weekend's a weekend bender. Except this weekend won't be a weekend bender. Well, it might turn into a weekend bender, but I actually have other plans. And then it'll probably turn into a weekend bender after those plans.
But yeah, Emmons came on strong once he decided to actually come back and play. He came strong there at the end. So I mean, he almost made that playoff thing really, really interesting. He made
just don't play all season, beat Dicey, and then make the playoffs.
And you somehow also had the least amount of interceptions.
Because Dylan Tyler's the GOAT, duh.
Dude, no. Like, there's no way a dude could sim, like, 3/4 of the way through the season and then still have, like, 9 picks on the year.
He's just, I'm telling you, man, my teams are sim gods. Like, as LJ, I didn't play my first 4 games in Oasis. We were 4-0.
Let alone it's Dylan Tyler. Like, it's not even like I don't understand it.
Now you're just throwing my boy Dylan Tyler under the bus, and he's listening to this podcast right now, and he's insulted. He just texted me.
I hope so.
He just said, "Listen, hey boss, I don't like how this is talking about me."
Tell us I am the media. I can say whatever I want.
Can we take a second to process? Emmons has 12 players above a 79 overall on his team. 12 players.
And like 8 of those guys are really old.
That's what happens when you go MIA for 2 seasons.
That's very true. Emmons signed all those free agent guys.
I had a really good off season one year, and I just went MIA that year. That was like my one window to win the Super Bowl or go to the Super Bowl, and I just died.
Missed out on developing.
Dylan Tyler could actually be low key really good right now if I played the last couple seasons.
Yeah, but I mean, you missed out on a chance to dev Deshaun.
Yeah. Well, his development got killed. He was hurt the first 2 seasons.
True.
Brad Kaya is your backup. What?
Brad Kaya's my backup. Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think
we're cutting JJ Watt, boys. He's getting cut.
Okay, Andrew Luck. Crip, you actually messed up on your ranking. I was moving on to the next one, and you've got the Falcons at 12, and you've also got the Eagles at 12. So you gotta make a decision.
That's where 21 went. Okay.
That's where 21 went.
I did like 5 of my rankings.
I don't know if you saw in the chat, but I was telling Corey, I was like, bro, I don't know what's going on here, but I
lost the number.
I lost the number. I always do that in the rankings, dude.
And I had one number I couldn't find, but I told him because he moved everything around. I was too lazy to fix it. So I'm just gonna put Falcons at 21, even though it doesn't make sense.
Let's see. Well, I mean, it drops him like 2 spots in their rankings, but
we reached GroupMe fame today. I don't think I've ever seen anything hit double likes on a GroupMe Madden chat. And we did it. We made the movement happen today. I'm famous.
I've seen
Shout out to all of you.
I haven't seen it in a while. So.
Just wait till the draft.
Wait till the draft. Fuck no.
Wait till that.
I like how all of like I like how all of like the memes and shit I post in here. That's the one that gets 10 likes.
I'm really glad that like our chat has become a meme safe space.
That wasn't. Oh, I post memes everywhere.
He does.
I'm gonna change my name.
Literally posted in
Texas meme
chat.
lord.
He'll like literally post it in the Oasis chat and post the same exact one.
I was very disappointed I didn't get as many hits on the Bahama Mamas one with the white dude taking off his clothes. That was a good one.
But yeah. So I mean, honestly, after you get to like 15, 16, it just gets really muddy. Like it's like it's not a lot of like clear cut stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I've really played any. Like, I've played the Ravens. I've played. I don't think I've played New Steelers. I don't think.
All right, name is changed, please.
I've played the Broncos or Bears. So, like, I don't know. Like, I can't rank based off like experience of the other guys, just based off the stats, and it was like they were all very close because that. Like midway through the season, guys just start like looking towards the draft, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get inactive in general.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times if you lose early though, especially when you got when at the time it just kind of looked like people really weren't going to have like much of. If you didn't have like at least 10 wins, it looked like you had no shot at the playoffs. Which I mean, obviously at the end of the season, it kind of. Yeah, I was gonna say, obviously at the end of the season, it kind of like started leveling out a little bit, where you started seeing those like those teams that ended up 9-7 and in the playoff race. But I think that to me is the biggest thing that happens like around the middle part of that season, where it's just kind of like guys are, because you think about it, Skins was 9-2, I was 10-1, Snippy was 11-0, and it's like,
it's intimidating.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like exactly what am I supposed to do here? So I mean, I think that's the bigger part of it. Is just
I think Cripps is shaking in his boots tonight, though, realizing Daddy's back for his division next season.
Glad I finally have some competition for the first time in like 3 years.
You're saying this before you.
Shots at Dicey.
Yeah, you're saying this before you played Dicey in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, this is your division mate.
I'm definitely like, if you did lose to Dicey, I'm definitely coming back to this chat. I'm coming back to this video and I'm posting it in the chat.
Trust me, I know.
Cripps is gonna get like 55-0 in this playoff game.
That's gonna be Dicey's gonna be a good game. I feel like it's our games are always usually pretty good. So
stop being nice. Shit on him.
Yeah, okay, I will.
I mean, actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna say anything about the game. I said how I feel about the game before the podcast started. I'm not gonna slander anyone. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Who I'd rather play. I mean, I'd rather not play either of you guys, but
you'd rather play me, Wumbo.
Well,
Wumbo championship game.
Well, seeing as how we've gotten, I think we covered the power ranking as far as the teams that were able to.
Where did I end up at number one? I'm number one.
Something like that.
You was number one.
Yep, you were number one plus a 5. That goes together.
So number 6. Okay, perfect.
Yes, you are the Arizona Cardinals. Congratulations on your relocation.
All right.
You are UCF. Congratulations.
Dylan Tyler is much better than Carson Palmer, so don't ever come at Dylan Tyler with that nonsense.
Well, I mean, they have Andrew Luck riding Pine right now, so I mean.
Well, I was gonna say he got Handgartner, and that man's a beast. But, yeah. So going into the playoffs, it's been interesting thus far.
I was the favorite. I know. I've been living.
It's scary to say. Bishop came in strong at the end of the season, and now is in the
Wumbo connection. Anytime a Wumbo makes the playoffs, there's like this expectation that we have of each other, and we haven't lived up to it yet. And he has to carry it for me. Only time I made the playoffs is when I played old Raiders, and
I got a track record to live up to right now. Super Bowl.
Dude, the Wumbo squad is much more important than your damn track record. Don't be selfish here. The one time I made the playoffs is the first year, my one division title, and I played the Raiders dude who ran it with Marshawn Lynch 35 times and passed it twice. That was before we changed the sliders, and Marshawn Lynch was just like absolutely OP.
Yeah.
What was it? 2K or 2net? Like 2,250 or something like that?
Yeah, he still holds the league record for rushing. I think it was like 2,300 yards, because I know I ran for 2,100, and I think Cripps ran for 2,200. And neither one of us still had the all-time single season record. So
it was that year was like, that was stupid what he did that year. It was just so much. I mean, I wasn't even super active, and so I was more so just seeing everything in chat at the end of the season. He was when he was kind of going off on everybody and ended up getting himself.
Yeah, it really wasn't a good look, but it is what it is. I mean, we had but I mean, this we got a wild card in the AFC Championship game, 6th seed in the AFC Championship game.
Wombo.
They're the Loyola of the AMLoB playoffs.
Wombo with Sister Jean. Actually, a sneak peek to the other podcast next tomorrow night. I am going to take shots at Sister Jean in the What's on My Mind subject.
Oh my God!
Well, not really Sister Jean herself, more of at the media and the NCAA.
Yeah,
you had me at taking shots.
What's that?
You had me at taking shots.
Yeah. Did you watch last week's Wombo?
I almost got to it.
Oh my!
Then I got sidetracked by power rankings and the internet. And
last Saturday was the Eagles, and now it's the power rankings and internet, which we all know what that means.
Oh yeah, question. There's a beer that I had today. I don't know what brand it was.
Are you asking me because I'm the alcoholic in here?
Well, yes, I'm gonna be straightforward, and also Wombo to Wombo connection.
It's true.
It had a monk on the logo. It was like a really German name. What was it?
Was it the Horny Monk?
No, it was some German name. It was like fuck. It was on draft too, so it was really good. It was like a Blue Moon, but it was more.
Oh, so it was probably Hang on one second. I have the name on the tip of my tongue. It had a monk on it?
Yeah, there was a monk on the logo. Oh, you got me. Now I'm looking it up, actually. Doing my own research instead of using it for...
Was it Hacker Shore?
No. It was...
Just give us about 5 minutes for this segment, boys.
This is the Immen's Beer of the Week segment.
I should have a Beer of the Week segment.
I will definitely be down for a Beer of the Week segment.
I'm not a big fan of beer. I'm a liquor drinker.
Yeah, I'm more of a liquor drinker, but I enjoy myself some beer. Well, it's not on the top 10 best German beers, so you're going wrong, Wombo.
Yeah, well, okay.
I don't trust top 10 beer lists. I'm just fucking...
What? Maybe.
Yeah, but
I guess I can be more specific with my Google.
Where Becker? Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna make that a segment. Okay, we are going to. It's gonna be.
Oh, you had the. It's the Frankensteiner. The Frankensteiner.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good beer.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Wombo connection, man.
So that's our recommendation for the week. If you go out,
recommendation for the week.
Franken whatever.
Get you a
one with the mug.
Norm's Raggedy Ass is also a good beer. It's an IPA.
I'm easing my way into it right now. My dad, I went out with my dad for it was like a wing special, and it was obviously happy hour too, so figured might as well. And I didn't know, I was trying to really skim through the beer menu, and I didn't recognize any of them because they were all weird drafts. And I was like, I'll just have what he's having.
That's always a safe way to go. I'll just have it. And then they bring the darkest beer in the world out. Oh, okay, well, rip.
I was talking about beer. I said a while back I tried Guinness, and it was good, but he was telling me how he had Guinness a couple months ago. He had one and he was done. He's an older dude, he's old. But... Yeah,
I mean, if you don't drink a lot, any dark beer is gonna hit you a little harder. I had this. I bought a. I can't believe we're talking about fucking beer. I bought a $22 4-pack. What was it 3 weeks ago? It was a cherry stout, black as the black. It looked like coffee, but it was fucking tasty.
Really? You know what? Actually, just I had a couple weeks ago. This is not quality beer we're talking about. Four Loko,
PBR.
right?
Oh God! Yes, well, I go Four Loco. You're bringing back 17-year-old me memories.
Four Locos, and you remember Natty's then, right? Natty Light. Imagine if they had Love Child.
Okay.
They came out with a Natty Rush. Okay, and let me tell you,
Crip's eyes just got really big, so I don't know if he's into this or if he's looking at something else.
he's pulling it up right now.
Shit, I gotta figure out what this is.
But Natty, it tastes better than Four Locos, but like not by much. I mean, everything tastes better than Four Locos.
Yeah.
But
the Four Locos thing was so funny. I felt like such a badass in high school. Like, yeah, man, I'm about to go get fucked up with some Four Locos.
This is like not the grown-up version of Four Locos, but it's like
your
college.
What you really drink.
Yeah, it's like you can't be caught seen with a Four Loco now, but like if you disguise it like a Natty Rush, yeah,
right. Okay,
it's just cheap beer, you know.
When you said cheap beer, I thought you were just going to say like PBR or something.
Oh well, listen here.
We've all been fucked up on PBRs. I mean, if you've gone to college and fucking lived out at college, you drank a case of PBR.
I think that was the keg last year. For some reason, they had a PBR keg.
Nice. Trying to think of the keg at my graduation party. Oh, those little bats. Nice Canadian Pilsner.
Don't knock Molson on draft though.
Molson's good.
Molson is good.
Red Wings games always have a Molson. So like if I go to a suite or something and it's like free. Did I ever tell you guys about the time I met Matthew Stafford at a Red Wings game?
No.
Was it that picture that you showed us where he was signing?
Yes. Oh yeah, I was with him. Yeah, no. I will post the pic though because he has a dreamy face with his way his face is looking. I'll post it in the commish chat. So like we go to it was like game 6 of a couple years ago when the Red Wings were actually good, and me and I got suite tickets from my work, and I told me and my cousin go, and it's like the end of the first period. These 3 like giant dudes walk in. So it ends up being Dominic. Well, one's not giant. Kellen Moore is a fucking pussy. And then so Kellen Moore, Matthew Stafford, and Dominic Raiola walk in, and so Stafford sits behind us. I'm like I asked my cousin. I was like, is that fucking Matthew Stafford? He's like, no, it's not Matthew Stafford. I'm like, it's fucking Matthew Stafford. So in the most non-fanboy way in the world, I tapped Matthew Stafford on the leg, and I was like, hey, I'm sure you get this a lot, but are you Matthew Stafford? And he was fucking Matthew Stafford. Like everybody was like lining up to take pictures and autographs with him. Me and my cousin were just like, fuck that. And so once they were done, we talked football with him for like 30 minutes at an intermission. It was my favorite conversation of my life. We got him to talk trash about the Bears. I wish I would have got it on camera. It was funny though because Dominic Raiola wasn't on the team, so he was getting fucked up, so he could actually drink in public.
Yeah,
and he was trying so hard to give Stafford a beer, but Stafford was just like, no, I'm good. He was just drinking water. But we got some details about Stafford's wedding from Raiola.
Dude, if I was a pro athlete, I'd be like, I'd make Gronk look tame as fuck.
Did you see that video of Gronk dancing with Shaq?
Oh my god! At the end, it was like I told my friend they were trying to sneak into a movie they weren't old enough for.
Posted the pic in the commission.
Jack was trying to climb on Gronk's shoulders.
Yeah,
just waiting for that 13.
Wait till you guys see Stafford's face. He looks dreamy.
All right, so where were we though? We got sidetracked, started talking about beer. And
so before beer, okay.
So it was before the beer.
We were talking about the playoff games.
How did we get to beer?
Jesus, I don't know. Okay, so playoff games so far.
I should have never joined the chat. We just go completely off topic.
Okay, so wild card, Cardinals beat Saints. There were a lot of road victories in the postseason so far. I think before there were 3-1 in the first round, and then right now 1-1 like in second, but only 2 games have been played. Crips dicey. I'm not gonna cough because I don't have the effort for that, but I'm calling you all out. You know who you are.
Fucking slackers. It's not like I missed a whole season or anything.
Yeah, like I mean, it was some really. I mean,
let's be real here. Dicey's about to just like fucking wipe Crips up and down the fucking field after all the shit Crips was talking tonight. And then
I already got it clipped.
And then you're playing Corey Bishes?
No. I'm in the championship already.
Yeah, he already.
So you're just waiting. You're just waiting on one of these pussy boys to meet you in the AFC Championship game.
I mean, they can just not show up. That's okay.
That's fair enough too. I'm gonna make a Wumbo flag and I'm gonna fly it in the AMLoB chat constantly. I'm your number one fan.
Just a W flag for Chicago Cubs. W for Wumbo.
Oh man.
Yeah,
what time did you start this up? By the way, how late was I?
Probably like an hour. But
we started at like 9. We started at 9:30. So
okay.
However long that was.
Gotcha. But you were about 30 minutes late.
But yeah, I don't know. It's going the Crips Dicey game should be that should be a good one, unless Dicey actually watches this and then decides that Crips is not worthy and takes him to the woodshed.
Takes him to the woodshed. Love it.
Me out back and just puts me down.
But then we have
quality meme in the commish chat, boys.
Snippy and Austin, and now that should be a good one. I wish one of them had like the internet to be able to broadcast that game, because I would really want to see it.
The AFC, I guess I shouldn't talk about another league, but the AFC and Oasis is going to be really interesting in the playoffs.
Yeah, it is. It really is. There's quite a few teams in there.
I mean, there's like 4 guys who are like Rodgers undefeated, and then there's like 4 of us who are 8-1.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean,
Wumbo's over there undefeated.
Yeah, it's gonna be the AFC and Oasis is gonna be dope. It's gonna be a dope playoff. But even though, so who do y'all have in these 2 games is my question. Like in these 2 remaining.
So what we got? Dicey and Crips, and then Austin and Snippy.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck.
Crips, what was the season series between you and Dicey?
1-0, and then I won a forced win.
Okay.
But I beat him 17-7 earlier in the year.
God, this is tough.
I don't think I had Unique in that game either. I don't think I had Unique, and I don't think I had Leonard.
As much as Dicey is my boo, I'm gonna go with Crips.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go with Austin versus Snippy.
I'm gonna go with Emmons here. I'm picking myself. I have to.
Okay.
Where did you go? I don't like you as a little blue guy. You naked?
No, fine.
Okay.
Do I need to bring my face back?
No, you don't have to, but I was just kind of hoping you'd say you're naked and I could say come back.
I'd take myself against Dicey just because I would not pick myself. But then I think I'd have to go Austin against Snippy just because track records in the playoffs.
Yeah. Can we do Super Bowl predictions here?
Yeah, Super Bowl predictions as well.
So LJ, you're in the NFC Championship?
Yes, I am in the
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go with an LJ versus Bish's Super Bowl.
Jesus, LJ was talking about that earlier. Like, I'm not ready.
And as much as I love LJ, I love me some Wumbo connection. I think my Wumbo partner is gonna win the Super Bowl this year and make us proud.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm not. See, I'm better when I'm like the underdog. Like the
you fucking suck, bitches. How about that?
Thank you. That's all I'm asking for. Berate me.
I know you like when I talk down to you.
What you got going on over there?
Let's see. I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm gonna pick Colts over Crips, and then
I was thinking about picking Dicey over Crips. I think Dicey's got a good chance here.
He's sneaky like that. Like you never know what he's gonna do, but you don't know if it's gonna work.
Right.
Yeah.
Like some games you just can't stop it.
Yeah.
So, and plus, when you guys both picked Crips, I was like, I can't leave him out in the dark, like being the 0-3 underdog.
You're a nice guy.
I am the nicest guy.
I don't want to be. I would hate being picked consensusly either, because then I'd really feel the pressure and I would probably choke.
Yeah, I'm sure during that whole game you'd be thinking to yourself, you know what? All these guys predicted me to win in the podcast, so I got to do it.
I would just feel that.
Now you're like, I gotta prove Bish is wrong.
Right? Yeah. No, I gotta prove this.
I have someone against me. Yeah, I can have a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah, you have a chip on your shoulder, but then you got two backing you all the way. But then
I got Emmons over here predicting me to lose in the next round.
So. I'm sorry, buddy.
I just touch the Super Bowl predictions because I'm not trying to like.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's only fun for me because you guys are all like having.
Yeah, I was going to say for us it's different because we're still in it. But I mean, if to be honest, the way it kind of shaping.
Pick yourself,
right now,
LJ. Fucking pick yourself. Do it, please. Do it. We need a self pick Super Bowl here.
I'm honestly taking an NFC South Super Bowl. Me and LJ.
Oh,
Saints.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
NFC South homerism right here.
Yeah, I can see that too. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot because honestly, I think it depends on the matchups about how it kind of goes.
I felt there was one injuries. Team in the AFC that I didn't feel confident I could beat based on matchups, and it was Pook. And so
You're welcome.
That Vicious did it for me.
You're fucking welcome.
You're fucking welcome. I gave you a cakewalk.
I feel like I'm Loyola over here. Like I feel like I've got like this.
Wait, wait,
You were the Loyola, man. You were the two. You went 14-2.
I'm fucking Loyola of Chicago.
Wait.
My sister his side. I've once got on the side.
Right now, I'm like the entire South bracket. Okay, because I took out all the higher ups. I took out Corey. I took out the 3 and 1 seed, and now you're facing the 11 seed right now, fucking Michigan.
Fuck Michigan.
Michigan over here.
Vicious is Loyola. I don't know who I would be. I feel like I'd be Kentucky if anyone, which worries me. Not play like a high seed and then lose to a low seed that you probably shouldn't lose to.
As much as I like the Loyola story, I would much rather see I wish the left side of the bracket wasn't such chaos because I honestly feel like whoever wins the Kansas Villanova game is gonna win by double digits on the championship.
Probably.
I want Loyola to win a national title.
That would be if they could actually do it, that'd be sweet. But
they've made the tourney twice ever. The first time was when they won the Natty in '63. It would be so amazing if they made it twice.
A 2-2 record,
5 years apart, and they won the Natty both times.
That would be sick. We've seen teams like this, 11 seeds make the Final Four and then just get George Mason.
George Mason's made it.
VCU.
Didn't Syracuse make it as an 11 a couple years ago?
Made it as an 11. And then there's one more that I can't.
Could have a Butler though on.
No, it's only 4. It's only 4 teams counting Loyola.
Yeah. You're right.
The other teams: Syracuse,
George Mason, and VCU.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was Butler? They were an 8.
They were a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say because the lowest
was a 9 when they did
the lowest to win a national title was Villanova as an 8 seed in '85.
That's right.
So next year we should have a division of us 4 in AMLoB. That'd be interesting.
No, fuck no.
All right, so I got Saints. LJ's got Panthers, so y'all can divide up between Falcons and Bucks.
Oh God, I'll take the Falcons. Sorry, sorry, Wumbo.
Fuck off! I'm not taking the Bucks.
Just wait till Saquon Barkley somehow falls to 7, and then you'll take him.
Then you'll take him.
Okay.
Not happening.
Oh my God! If he fell, there's no way he falls, right?
The farthest he's gonna fall is 4.
Could they? It just depends on the
Browns realistically take Denzel Ward or something at 4? Could
they? If Barkley falls to them at 4, they gotta take him. If they don't take him at 1 and he's sitting in their lap at 4, they're either trading that pick or they're taking him.
Yeah, I think they take him, but
I'm very disappointed in Wumbo. We talked a lot of Bills in the other podcast, and he just like refuses to listen.
I'm trying to make room in my schedule, but I've got a podcast.
Just fit us in there.
I've got power rankings.
Mm-hmm.
I've got beer taste testing. Like
that's okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I'll watch it next time on beer taste test. Which
there we go.
You probably won't remember any of it, but he'll watch it.
That's fine.
It will make it Listen, anything drinking like amplifies it like tenfold. Okay.
Exactly.
Like, I remember it was like I got shit-faced like I think it was like 2 months ago, and I had like a Stinger sub, and
nice.
Oh my god, it was so sloppy, but it was so
dude.
Okay.
There's nothing better than like that's what, like, I don't even eat Taco Bell when I'm sober, but like what was it, 2 weekends ago? I was still like sober enough to like I guess drive, and I was like, it was like 3 a.m, and I was like driving around looking for some food, and I'm like, every place is closed. And I should see the Taco Bell sign light up, and I was like, yes. And I ordered like $14 worth of Taco Bell for myself.
Like when Harold and Kumar finally made it.
I can never eat fast food Mexican because I spend like $20. I get.
Oh, dude, there's like you're looking at the menu and you're like stoned and you're a little drunk still, and you're like, man, that sounds good. That sounds good. That sounds great. So does that. All right, here we go. But then I was like, all right, your total is $16.72. Oh shit. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, that's my problem with it because I'll go and I'll get like
my card out.
Yeah, I don't have enough cash. I'm gonna give you a card.
I'll get like, I go 6 tacos. I'll get something else. I'll get a drink. I'll get some. They got the little cinnamon dessert things. I'll get. And it's just like, what?
I always forget to get the cinnamon twist, and I'm always disappointed.
My wallet hates me, and so I just never.
There is never so like one time I get Taco Bell when I'm sober. I go there, I'm all excited for it. It sounds really good. I don't remember what I ordered, but I get home and it's not what I ordered. It is not what I ordered. Oh, I went there when they came out with those fries or whatever. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try these things. Yeah, and so they give me this is clearly somebody else's order, and they gave me like these little nacho chips. And like this person ordered 2 soft shell tacos and 2 like Dorito Locos tacos, and this person is like obsessed with sour cream because they just fucking loaded it with sour cream. I was like, okay, I can deal with this. I took a bite of it. I was like, nope, this is going in the garbage. Rip to my dinner.
All right, so where were we? We were on the playoffs.
Well, I made my Super Bowl predictions.
And the rest of us basically abstained.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's best, seeing as how all of us are still active in the playoffs.
Yeah,
except me.
Corey,
I'll just hang up now.
He could make his prediction, but no, he's MIA again. So, do we want to just jump right? Like, I mean, after that, we could jump. We can't really talk about the draft, honestly. I mean, unless we want to, Crips ego.
Yeah, I found the 7th round stud that I want, and I'm just gonna tell him who you guys are.
Honestly, I mean, we've been going for about an hour. I don't know if there's necessarily still a ton left to talk about.
No, I was gonna say it's really not.
I mean,
well, one thing. Okay, so one thing me and Crips did last week, we got into a really in-depth discussion about what we would like to see as far as CFM is concerned. And I mean, it was a really in-depth kind of like look at things from like progression to like how we think regression and stuff should be. And I know Bish's had said he had quite a bit to say on the subject. So I think at this point, Bish's, we gonna let you kind of steer it how you want to, and we will chime in when necessary.
I'll try and keep this like just at max. We'll keep this at 15 minutes, and then
he just wants the Buffalo Bills to be a 92 overall, and he'll be happy with life.
Dude, if only, okay?
A.J. McCarron comes in 92 overall superstar trait.
Nah, he's gonna be the next Case Keenum.
Nice.
Feeling it.
All right. Just to come out of nowhere. Okay.
But okay, back to like actual CFM improvements. I'm sure they were talked about last week, but like progression and regression are 2 of my biggest pet peeves, like in the entire like CFM like franchise outside of immersion, I guess, but like still are pretty huge things. Because like the fact that you can get players to insanely high overalls and like they're there for years on end, like they're basically there the whole like lifetime of the franchise, like of the league, which is
Right.
for AMLoB, say like 7 or 8 seasons. You've got like 99 block shed. You could get 99 block shed in like a season and a half. Like
Yeah, like
worse.
Cause I feel I definitely have that in like because like I mean obviously I've been missing for 2 years in this league, so Oasis like
nothing.
I drafted his middle linebacker and he came in with like 79 block shed. He's already at like 92 in like a season and a half, so it's like it's a little ridiculous how fast you can like upgrade shit. That means a lot, like block shedding.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of that is my thing is progression is not realistic. It's like you have this whole season and this guy's been playing well this whole season, but yet his rating is still Vasquez for Crips, for example. Rating the whole season is like a 68, 70, like somewhere in between there. And he's balling out like one of the top receivers in the league, and his rating is still like a 70 throughout the season. But then at the end of the season, he has 50K in XP, and now he's a not necessarily an elite level receiver, but he's at least that tier below elite level receiver just off of awards. And it's like I don't think that is a good way to go about progression. I feel like it should be more natural and it should be more based on performance as opposed to what awards you're winning.
That is such a pet peeve that like basically performance, unless you're winning awards, is like useless. Yeah. Like you could have like
Roger dropped his email by the way, LJ.
1,800 yards,
okay.
15 touchdowns, and like say if you have like another guy who does just a little bit better than you, like you're not getting wide receiver of the year. You're still getting the Pro Bowl, but it's like you're not getting any of those other like real big improvements. And it's just, and the fact that like you can't really, there's not necessarily much to improve. One thing this is more gameplay, but like wide receivers tend to have different, like I mean nowadays most wide receivers are pretty, like they have pretty good understanding of like basic route concepts and route running, but like there's some that are better, like for instance with go routes or stopping on a dime, like on curls or comebacks, out routes, stuff like that. Like there's gonna be like differences between wide receivers in real life, but you don't really notice it much. Like you could kind of just plug and play like just a wide receiver out the draft and they'll do just fine. And like it doesn't work like that in real life, but that's another pet peeve. Regression, like if you have a bad season, worst case scenario, you get like -2 to 1 stat.
Team.
Hence the ghost ship that's been
riding in Houston, but I go like 9-7 or 8-8 every year. We're just slowly like I can't even not play for 2 years and get like #1 picks.
You'll not play and then end up 500. Like
right, it's like I'm like, all right, cool. I've been MIA for 2 seasons. I got like 2 top 5 picks and go. I got. And then like when my team the CP does draft for me, it drafts all safeties. I've cut like 8 different safeties that my team has drafted in the last 2 years.
I'm pretty sure I picked up one of them because I think we went over it like the first podcast, or might have been the draft one, where you were saying how you just dumped XP into one stat. I'm pretty sure you put up this guy's pursuit up to like 91.
I never really touched pursuit, so it wouldn't have been me.
Someone did. Someone took your advice because like he was kind of like, he was 6'4", like 88 speed, looking good, but he had like 70 zone, like 60 play rack. I mean, he had hit power, but he had 91 pursuit, so it was like stupid, like just out of nowhere. But yeah, regression is definitely something I want, like maybe touched up on make it relevant. Like, I'm not saying players just fall off the cliff.
You look what you did. You pissed LJ off. He's walked away from the camera.
Damn. But man, so that would be one. We're just gonna keep going. Another thing is the immersion. I know that's hard with like a 48-hour advance and shit, but
yeah.
Like I remember back in the day, the Tony Bruno show, newspapers, even like as recent as like Madden 11 or something, or Madden
11. How old are you? Fucking 40?
As recently as Madden 11.
Dude,
7 years ago.
I remember.
Remember when Peyton Hillis was on the cover? Like that feels like decades ago. Well, not decades, ages ago, I guess.
You know. I don't know. My favorite trending song right now is "Stronger" by Kanye West.
Jesus, making me feel old right now. But like even then, they had like a Sports Center like highlight reel type thing that you could go through every week. That would basically cut us out of this.
LJ's back. All right, stop talking about him.
He can't hear us yet. But what's it called?
Hey, LJ, I guess Ryder said it wasn't. You got to send him another one because he just made his Hangouts account.
Okay.
All right, sorry. One more. Go ahead.
No, I'm like that. That was kind of just like it's not like a straightforward thing like that. You can fix immersion, but
right.
Like I want something, anything. Like the news. Better. Actually, one major gripe I have is scouting. Like you can just scout the later guys and know if they're like, great or not great. Like variations in scouting, like
right,
means so much. Like hiring different scouting staffs and having different like preferences. Like at this point, like apparently if you're an owner, you can hire a different scouting staff, but the only difference is the scouting points it costs for each.
Yeah, I feel like they gotta get more in depth with scouting.
And like
it shouldn't be that easy to find gems.
It's way too easy. I mean, there's not much. Like it's hard to really. I think just the variation in scouting staff would be a step in the right direction, where like different scouting staffs can like value things differently.
Right.
Because I mean, it just seems, and plus the plug and play aspect of like putting guys like 0 techs, 1 techs, 3 techs, and like 5 technique like players like on the D line, just moving them around wherever you want because like there's no
penalty
negative to it. Yeah, there's no penalty to it, and like just there's so much to dive into. I could not.
No. I mean, we could talk about it. Honestly, because in my opinion, it's the same thing. Like I was saying last week, where I feel like a way to kind of get rid of the whole the how easy it is to like find gems and stuff like that. I think for that, like the hidden ratings, like a more like hidden rating system would be better, where it's like you kind of get like a roundabout. Like you start off with a grade, and the more this guy plays, the more you find out. Like if you draft him and he plays and he only plays 30 snaps over the course of that first season, he's still going to have those grades there. You're not going to know exactly how good he is because you don't know exactly what he can do yet. So I think that would probably help more as far as with guys not necessarily knowing exactly how good a player is. And also with the dev system, I saw something interesting one time where it was where my man said do like tier out the dev, tier out each dev. Like you have some guys that you have your superstars, but you have some guys that are late bloomers where they don't become like, they don't actually reach their superstar potential until late 20s. Or you have your guys that, that are just superstars in general. Or you have your guys that, they're superstars early and they flame out quick. so like I think in doing something similar to that for like the devs, I think that would probably be beneficial too. But I don't know. I just think it's something has to make it so the team building aspect to me means more. I don't think team building it means as much as it should for the game, to be honest.
Definitely. And I actually like what kind of brought that to mind. I watched a video like past week. It was Madden 2005 greatest franchise mode in Madden history ? Like obviously like a baiting title, but like one part that stuck out to me was the scouting. They've got like rookie reports. This guy, position scrambling quarterback projected round top 5. Arm strength's good, pass accuracy great, like stuff like that, like where it's more vague because you don't really know. And it has his combine stats, even interview great. Like I understand. I understand there's limitations. They can't really do anything with interviewing, like because the NFL doesn't want a bad picture of what like the NFL is, like the NFL players, like them getting into trouble.
That's why there are concussions in Madden.
Yeah, they took there's a lot of stuff that they can't do in Madden because the NFL won't let them do it. Like the suspensions and stuff like that, guys getting, because there was a time when EA actually had like players getting in trouble in the game.
I'm pretty sure it was like here too, like
getting like a news report, like Tom Brady caught snorting some cocaine at a hotel.
It wasn't quite that extreme, but I know for NCAA it was one where there were guys would get in like academic trouble, or guys would go out and get in trouble partying or something like that. So I mean they've done it. They've done it before, but I think like the NFL doesn't want this bad light painted, so they kind of took a lot of that stuff out of the game. But I think it's ways to kind of like get some of that stuff in the game, but I don't know. I just think for CFM, honestly, my top thing that needs to be addressed is the gameplay. I think if the gameplay gets better, it'll make it easier at least it'll make it more tolerable for people to play, and then focus on the immersion and stuff that goes into like having a really solid CFM, which from everything I'm hearing, Madden 19 is supposed to be all of these things, but I mean, we'll see.
Hold my breath, or I'm not gonna hold my breath.
You're gonna hold your breaths.
I'm gonna be holding my breath for a while. I'm gonna die.
You're gonna go ahead and hold your breaths for me, baby.
We'll see.
Like even back to the scouting, like to me, scouting, so like gameplay is one thing, but like, and that should be improved like upon every year. But I think the scouting could definitely, like here again, the last part of the quote unquote rookie report, they've got it has notes, has a good touch, knowing when to take some velocity off, reads defense well. I mean, granted, that stuff like the great awareness, like when you're a user quarterback, like it doesn't really matter. But it says here a QB this injury prone, or damn, that is some broken fucking English. They could fix that.
Hello.
But they were saying the QB's injury prone. And, like, that would be a huge, like, saying, like, if it became, like, injuries aren't that big of a deal right now, even though, like, my team's basically dying before my eyes. But, like, there's no, like, career hampering injuries, really, unless you're Gio Bernard. And even then, it's still, like, it's not like career ending. Like I don't think I've seen a career ending injury this Madden. I think they had it like last year, but
I've seen one.
Yeah, it's very, very rare.
Yeah, it's like non-existent almost. I only seen one in like the 8 different leagues I've been in and out of this year.
So like, I mean, but again, that could be something the NFL was like, nah, take career ending injuries out. We don't want
news, the Lions signed Jonathan Freeney. Woohoo.
Oh, I saw that earlier.
But,
yeah.
those are my major gripes: the scouting, progression, regression, and obviously gameplay. But that's kind of like a general thing.
Well, the thing with gameplay is like it's not like bad. It's they have like things they have good building blocks for the gameplay. It's just they have to like be willing to kind of like step out there.
Maybe more variation. Like I want my like right now they just sit like direct. Like if you say for cover 2, like if you ran mirrored routes on each side, like they both like set in like their specific like it was like a mirror, like again, like I said, mirrored image like across from each other.
Yeah,
but like in real life, you'll see some variation. Like if you have like an aggressive safety, he's gonna jump on that. Like he's gonna jump down or lean, like kind of like lean down, like towards the route quicker than like a conservative guy. But on the other hand, he might get burned over the top more, while a conservative guy is not gonna get burned, but he may let up like the underneath stuff. Just like variation like that would be. It would be much welcomed. It definitely would help with the team building because you would have to build up like a preference for based on your scheme and everything. But
yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely something. To me, my biggest thing with gameplay is positioning. I think they should make positioning matter more. And I know Crips has heard me say this at least 70 times already. But like going back to my game versus Saints, where you have Newkirk who's 5'10", and even though he has like 93 spec catch, I have Sean Evans who's 6'4", 217 with 90 jumping and 90s and 95 coverage in 95 zone coverage, and he has the position for the pick on the route, but Newkirk comes down with the ball. Like that, like it's like if I have the positioning, because in that case, most times that 5'10" guy is not winning that. And I think that and stuff like that, it just kind of seemed more animation based than player positioning based. And I think player positioning should matter more.
Definitely, like, and that could be another thing, like with like them being sucked into animations more. Like, on one hand, like it would help like show more realism, like with positioning, but on the other hand, like you'll know. Like when they're in animation, there's nothing you could really do.
Yeah.
And it's like you're kind of like just watching a movie at that point. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to really, because then you would have to like get with the like. I'm trying to think like they would have to like based on their engine and everything like morph around. Like
I mean, my thing is just it doesn't feel like.
No, it definitely doesn't feel.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it should, and I think like as far as like the size, and I think as far as like the size of players and the weight of players, and especially with like the strength stuff, I don't feel like a lot of that matters as much as it should. Like it's like stuff like that should matter more. You know, like momentum,
they said it was gonna like be like a factor, like strength was gonna be a factor this year, size and weight is gonna be a factor. Then I have Dontre Mock blocking my safeties downfield like it's nothing. Like, but okay, sorry I kind of just brought that in there, but
it's okay. No, it's fine. Like, no, because stuff like that, it is like a real thing. Like I think I don't know. I just feel like the position and stuff. I think Madden 18 was destined to be what it is because it was the first year on a new engine. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we all remember when they first switched to Infinity, and that was ugly. So I mean, I think they'd be I think it's more. I think it was bound to be what it is, just due to the fact it's first year on a new engine. So I think a lot of the time and resources that they had went to getting that in there as well as long shot. But now that they got like the basis and stuff and the coding for those two like there, I think now they can kind of focus on the like smaller stuff in I think Madden 19 they'll probably focus more on like just the little things as far as shoring that stuff up.
I sure hope so.
So
I think that's probably about it for what we've got for now.
Yeah. I think I don't know where Crips and Emmons went.
I'm here. I'm just listening.
We're here.
They're enjoying the show.
I was letting Dicey know about our future topic, the Wombology beer of the week.
I was more so just. I'm more so. I mean, we kind of had this conversation last.
Yeah.
I'm more so just listening to.
Bitches and where his takes are.
I'm just here for the jokes and the memes.
I'm really looking forward to Wombology study.
Me too. Starting next week at 9:15 to 9:25, we will have a Wombology. I will be trying 4 different beers, and Wumbo will be trying 4 different beers in front of the camera.
I will. Yes. Well, okay. I don't have a camera, but I will.
You can describe it to us.
This beer is an amber color. But yeah, I'm definitely down for something like that. I mean, not trying to be an alcoholic or anything, but
well, at least you don't get dumped for being an alcoholic.
Oh,
it's more of a joke to me now. That's actually a running joke at work. That'll be a ton of story for next week.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, it's quite a bit. And speaking of which, Dicey, if you're watching.
He's watching. My baby Dicey's watching.
Dicey, if you're watching, I'm gonna need for you to play your
game.
Yeah.
Play your game.
Play your damn game.
Bro, I'm tired. I'm trying to go to sleep, man.
No, you're an insomniac.
No. Well, okay. To be fair, we don't know when we'll get Dicey again. That's
you know what we should do. Actually, we should watch this stream and we should do. LJ can do play-by-play, and me and Wumbo will do color commentary.
We got this.
Oh, I think I'm gonna start. I think I'm gonna start Terry, guys.
You're gonna start who? Terry.
I think I'm gonna start Terry over. I don't know. I kind of went through and redid all my formation subs, so I don't really know who's where right now. But I have Terry as number 2 on my depth chart, but I think I have it kind of like Okun is like a base safety. Because he's a base corner because he was a converted safety, so he's got better tackling and block shed.
Yeah,
and I've got like Reynolds.
My face when Dicey's more excited about Bish's alcohol breakdowns than mine. Kind of heartbroken.
Well, okay. Let's see. I think we pretty much covered everything this week, guys. I don't even.
I think we managed to stretch it to 90 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think honestly, this is one of the shorter ones we've done because I think every other one we've done has been at least 2 hours.
Yeah, that first one long.
All right, so next week we will be doing the beer thing, and then me and LJ will do a shot of whiskey.
I'm down with that. I would definitely do that. But
on Monday.
I would definitely do that. I love myself some whiskey.
All right, so I'll be doing the beer tasting, and LJ will do whiskey, and then me and Crips will do tequila.
All right.
Okay, I think you're just using this like as an excuse to drink more.
I mean, I restrict myself.
I mean, tell me
I restrict myself to Fridays and Saturdays. Okay, this isn't freshman year anymore.
Well, we podcast on Mondays, so.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to break my own rules for you guys.
Monday for us. We're the reason.
You're driving my alcoholism. I'm trying to recover
through for us, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it will help my side effects of not drinking, like the shakes and stuff. So
yeah, so we're basically getting rid of your withdrawal. Like, you're welcome. You can thank us later by showing up on time.
And then when Dicey comes on the cast, we'll do a line of Coke.
Oh God!
Okay, now we're.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Now we're starting. Well, yeah, I knew you were kidding, but it was like now we're starting to go into some like some dark territories, right?
Interesting.
Oh, it would make a very interesting podcast.
Yeah,
but how long it would take?
Shut down by YouTube.
Yeah, it would take how long? Like over under for how long it would take for us to get shut down.
I'm lining next week. Alrighty.
But so quick take, real quick before we get off. Best user this year, everybody.
As in like overall season or most
overall season, best user.
I wasn't here. I'm gonna go with you, LJ.
Okay. All right.
Choke, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go with LJ because I can't say myself.
Yeah, it's between you two.
I would.
I expect just great things from LJ, so that's why he's my number one.
Thank you.
I haven't played LJ in so long, so I cannot remember like his user. Pook is.
Well, not just like user linebacker. I'm talking about just like overall, like just playing, like overall season, like what, like
ULJ. Like last time you played me, you killed me like 48-10 or some shit like that. Like it's
with that bill, yeah. That was with you had the Bills though.
Okay, I take that as an insult. But I understand your point. Yeah.
But in my opinion, I would actually give it to you, Crips.
Well, thank you, sir.
You had the biggest point differential, if I'm correct, and you had given up the least amount of points. So I mean, I would say if it was in my personal opinion, I would give it to you. Because especially in big games, you came up big.
To play me this year.
So in the big time games you needed to win, you definitely came up big. So I would definitely go with you.
Would have been 4 losses on a schedule if you had to play me.
Oh, okay.
So
I can talk all this shit because I didn't play it all this year, so I can act like I'm a great Madden player.
So yeah, but anyways, everybody that tuned in, we appreciate it. Anybody that's gonna watch it later, we appreciate y'all too. It's all we appreciate all the love. We try to make sure that we give y'all the immersion, keep y'all around this league a little bit. So but yeah, anything y'all gotta say before we get off?
Love everybody.
Good. Thanks. Thank you everybody with for the support of this thing. I mean, I think it's
the AFC South Division title winner is speaking right now for next year.
Oh, sorry.
I'm really glad that this podcast is gonna fuel mostly Wumbo's alcoholism, but also mine.
And then LJ and I can just sit here and laugh at y'all.
Exactly.
To be honest, I think it would make it more interesting if it'd be a group effort if we were all shit-faced. I mean, it'd make a very interesting podcast.
Oh, definitely. I would be saying all types of stuff off the mouth, but it would be...
It'd be ugly. We'd get kicked off YouTube. Like, not last long, but we'd go out with something.
We could integrate karaoke into our podcast.
You're not singing Get Low. You're not.
No, that's not for you guys. That's an in-person specialty.
I mean, I want to see it, but we're not doing it.
It is. I mean, my name is John, so it would. And I mean, it's technically me and my little John and the East Side boys because we are from the East Side. So.
That's terrible.
Yep.
That's bad. That's bad. But anyways, yeah. So we appreciate everybody. Till next time. Well, till next week. Same time about 9:30. So, yep, we appreciate all the love. Catch y'all next time.